Welcome back to the cryptoworld channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now, Bitcoin is currently bouncing from this critical level of support as the price of Bitcoin is also now playing out this oversold signal. But don't be fooled, because for now, we're still currently lacking momentum, which I'll talk about in just a moment, alongside the price of Solana, which is also bouncing from this important area of support in the short term, while the price of XRP is now confirming and starting to play out a new signal, which we need to pay attention to. So I'll be talking about all of that and more later in the video, so definitely watch to the end. First of all, just before taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today, we need to talk about some Bitcoin news today, because over the last one day, in fact, just yesterday, this news came out with Michael Saylor basically announcing that Strategy, previously known as MicroStrategy, is proposing private offerings of up to $2 billion worth of convertible senior notes. So basically, in other words, Strategy, once again, previously MicroStrategy, is raising another $2 billion USD to buy Bitcoin. And so obviously this is some bullish news that came out basically just yesterday, which basically came out just after I recorded my last video here on the channel. So it didn't make it in my last video, but of course I'm showing it today in this video. And so this is potentially one of the reasons, one of the many reasons as to why we saw a bit of a bounce in the short term in the price of Bitcoin. And some people that are new to all of this think that $2 billion is nothing when it comes to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin's market cap is massive. It's over $1 trillion, for example. But you have to understand that that's not how the price of Bitcoin actually works. It basically, a $2 billion buy order does not raise the market cap by just $2 billion. For example, a $2 billion buy order can actually raise the market cap by tens of billions, if not hundreds of billions of dollars, because it's all to do with liquidity. And so obviously this shows us that one of the largest Bitcoin whales in the world, Strategy, is continuing to buy a lot more Bitcoin basically whenever they can. So especially for the longer term, this is very bullish for the price of Bitcoin, because ultimately this will reduce the circulating amount of Bitcoin, the circulating supply of Bitcoin, which is bullish. Obviously, if you reduce supply, even if demand just stays the same, that is bullish. And with that being said, if we're taking a look at the Bitcoin charts today on this weekly time frame, technically speaking, we're still within a bull market here, basically a larger bullish trend forming higher lows and higher highs. So technically we've not yet confirmed any major bear market or anything like that, but it is worth obviously considering that during these bull markets, these larger bullish trends, of course, we can see the occasional pullback or short-term dump in the price of Bitcoin, or choppy sideways price action, sideways consolidations during the bull market. So just keep that in mind. And if we're taking a look at this 4-day Bitcoin chart, the super trend indicator is still sitting in the green, indicating a larger bullish trend. And if we're taking a look at this weekly Bitcoin chart, as I've already been talking about over the last couple of weeks, we recently confirmed a bearish crossover in the weekly Bitcoin MACD, basically telling us that we don't really have any bullish momentum, at least in the short term, for the price of Bitcoin. So in other words, the bullish momentum is over, at least for now, as in potentially over the next few weeks or so. And instead, we're starting to gain a small amount of bearish momentum. But as of right now, we don't really have a significant amount of bearish momentum. So it's not like we're going to see a major crash like this. Instead, maybe just a slight little pullback, or possibly just some choppy sideways price action as a likely scenario in the next few weeks. And that is also backed up by this massive bearish divergence on the weekly Bitcoin chart, with higher highs already confirmed in the price in the candle closes and lower highs already confirmed in the weekly Bitcoin RSI. And as always, a bearish divergence means we're losing bullish momentum, so basically slowing down in the bull market here. But obviously, I've been saying basically all of this information pretty much every day over the last few weeks already. In fact, for over a month now on the channel, I've been talking about this right here, and obviously these charts right here. So not much has changed over the last one day. Things are still perfectly playing out as expected on the larger time frames. And if we're zooming into the shorter term, looking at the 8-hour Bitcoin chart, over the last one day, we actually regained this area of support by seeing a quick move back above this area, which was sitting in between around 95,000 to 96,000. So at least as of right now, that is still currently acting as support. But if we actually confirm a proper break to the downside with candle closes, for example, below around 95,000, in that case, the next important area of support is sitting in between around 92,000 to 93,000. And we also have a very crucial level at around 91,000 approximately. But obviously, as I just mentioned, the price of Bitcoin is still remaining above these important levels on the price chart. But of course, we are still lacking bullish momentum. So despite this little bounce over the last one day, it's not like, at least as of right now, we're seeing a significant amount of bullish momentum or anything like that. Obviously, we're not really seeing a lot of follow through, at least so far, with this short-term bounce. And obviously, we also have a lot of resistance to the upside, for example, around 98 to 99,000, and also in between around 101,000 to 103,000. And we also have other important levels to watch out for on the price chart and important signals to watch out for on the Bitcoin price chart. But just before talking about that, first, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, no matter if the price is bullish or bearish, you can use long positions or short positions to profit in either direction. And personally, I'm starting to take more of those trades over on 2bit, so I'll make sure to leave a link to 2bit below this video in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you use that link, the first link below this video, it will take you to this page right here where you can claim some massive rewards that are only available using that link. So if you simply just click that link and make your 2bit account, you can get a free $30 bonus, 30 USDT onto your account simply just by making an account using that link, completely for free, $30, which you can use to trade on 2bit. And then if you deposit at least $100 worth of crypto here, you can get a 20% rebate. So basically, if you deposit 100 USDT, you get a 20 USDT bonus, or if you deposit 1,000 USDT, you can get a 200 USDT bonus. So up to a max of 200 USDT when it comes to this 20% rebate. And on top of all of that, there's also massive trading bonuses that you can claim using that link, and you can only claim using that link. So for the larger traders out there, you can get up to a brand new Mercedes-Benz or $50,000. And before that, you can also get a Rolex or $6,000 holiday or gold bars or Apple products, etc., simply just by trading crypto using that link. And on top of all of that, if you use the link below this video, you are automatically upgraded to VIP level 1, which basically means you get a massive discount on the trading fees on 2bit, so lower trading fees using that link. So if you're going to be trading crypto anyway, you might as well check this out. Once again, first link below this video. And also 2bit, once again, is a no KYC exchange, which means you can access it from basically any country in the world without needing any KYC. And another no KYC exchange out there is also Bitfinex, so I'll make sure to leave a link to Bitfinex as well as another option out there, second link below this video. But as always, check your local regulations when it comes to trading crypto. And with that being said, taking a look at this Bitcoin chart on the 4-hour time frame, and as of right now, at the time of recording this video, the price of Bitcoin just recently bounced from this line of support, which was of course sitting at around 93,500. And I said in my last video here on the channel, when the price was down there, I said we do have this important line sitting at 93,500 acting as strong support. And obviously we've just seen yet another bounce from this same line of support that we've seen many bounces from over the last 1 to 2 weeks or so, which means, at least for now, obviously this is still a line of support to pay attention to, which currently is sitting at roughly around 93.3k. So basically in between around 93,000 to 93,500. That's the support I'll right now be watching. And as for resistance, we do have a small amount of resistance based on these highs just here, sitting at around 96.3k to 96.4k. And we also have this descending line of resistance, which is currently sitting at just above 97,000. And potentially another reason as to why we did see a bit of a bounce over the last one day from this line of support is due to the fact that we were just playing out an oversold signal over the last one day. Obviously on the 4-hour time frame, as we can see, the Bitcoin RSI did just enter into oversold territories. And the last few times this has happened on the 4-hour Bitcoin chart, we have obviously seen at least a little bit of a short-term bounce in the price of Bitcoin. And now obviously this signal by itself, as I always say, does not guarantee a massive bullish reversal back towards the upside, because at least for now, once again, we are lacking momentum, as we can see. And so all this signal really means is that basically we're due to see a little bit of a relief in the short term to reset the RSI. But as of recording this video, that has already essentially played out. As we can see, the RSI already reset back towards the center line, towards around 50. And so technically speaking, this now gives us a little bit more room towards the downside again in the RSI, and of course the price action. So keep that in mind when we're talking about the shorter term trend and momentum. momentum. If anything, we're looking slightly more bearish than we are bullish, especially with these larger signals playing out, like this bearish crossover in the weekly Bitcoin MACD and this larger bearish divergence. We're looking slightly more bearish than we are bullish, but of course, we're not seeing a significant amount of bearish momentum either. As we can see, we're not really having a major crash to the downside or anything. We're just slowly drifting to the downside, but also seeing a lot of choppy sideways price action in between. And so ultimately, the price of Bitcoin is still basically playing out the exact same price action that I've been saying it would over the last couple of weeks, just a lack in momentum, but if anything, slightly more bearish than bullish. And that is still what I'm expecting potentially for the next few weeks. Basically, this type of price action moving forward. And if we're taking a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, obviously, as I mentioned in my last video just yesterday, we did wipe out some long positions at roughly around 93,500 and basically just underneath 94,000. A bunch of long positions did get wiped out right around there. And as for liquidity to watch out for right now, we still have some more liquidity to the downside at around 93.2k. So basically right around 93,000 and just above 93,000. That's the downside liquidity to watch out for. And as for liquidity to the upside, we actually have a decent amount that's building at basically just underneath 99,000. So essentially around that area of resistance that I just mentioned earlier, around 98 to 99,000, we have a decent amount of liquidity right there. And if we're taking a quick look at the price of Ethereum on the 3-day time frame, right now the price of ETH is still chopping around sideways within this sideways price range, bouncing around between the 50% retracement level acting as support and the 38.2% Fibonacci level acting as resistance currently. And first of all, this support level is sitting at around 2,500 and the resistance is sitting at around 2.8k. So honestly, not a lot has changed over the last 1 day for Ethereum. So getting straight into the price of Solana on the 8-hour time frame, and right now Solana is currently bouncing from pretty much this exact area of support that I've been talking about, which is sitting in between around 156 to 161 approximately. And so obviously it's normal to see a bit of a bounce from a key level of support, especially after seeing a lot of bearish price action. But overall, in terms of the shorter term trend and momentum, technically speaking, we're not really seeing a lot of bullish momentum despite seeing a bullish bounce from support, because obviously we can see little bounces from support along the way to the downside during a bearish trend. So overall, technically speaking, on this 8-hour Solana chart, the trend is still currently bearish. So don't be fooled by any little bounces that we might see from support, because in order to basically flip a lot more bullish again in terms of the trend and momentum, we need to at the very least see some important breakouts above key levels of resistance. And as of right now, we've not really seen that. And the resistance I'm talking about is first of all sitting in between around 178 to 183. So ideally, we need to at the very least see a strong confirmed breakout back above that area with candle closes above that area in order to even think about starting to flip more bullish again in terms of the trend and momentum. So while we're below that area, technically the trend and momentum is still simply bearish despite seeing little bounces from support. And of course, even if we saw a breakout back above this area, we also have more resistance at basically around 190 and more in between around 200 to 205. But just over the next 1 day or so, I would not be surprised if the price of Solana actually just settles for a little bit, basically just chills out for a little bit after seeing this major bearish movement, because usually after a large bearish movement, we see an initial bounce to the upside and then a little retracement and then ultimately a bit of choppy sideways price action, basically the price just cooling off and settling down after a volatile movement. So that is a likely scenario potentially over the next 1 or 2 days. And if we're taking a look at the price of XRP on the daily time frame, right now we are retesting this area of resistance, which I have just adjusted over the last 1 day. This area is sitting in between around $2.65 to $2.80, and previously we have seen many rejections from this area of resistance. So that's the area that I'll be watching right now as resistance. But if we see a confirmed breakout back above around $2.80, in that case, and especially if we flip that into new support, next I'll be targeting around pretty much around $3 as the next point of resistance, and then above that more resistance at around $3.20 and also in between $3.30 to $3.40. And it would also be very bullish for the price of XRP if we confirm a breakout above around $2.80, not only because of the fact that we'll be breaking out above an important level of resistance, but also due to the fact that we're possibly forming a bullish cup and handle pattern. So that is something to watch out for, but I want to make this extra clear, at least for now, this possible cup and handle pattern that is currently forming is not confirmed. It's still a long way from potentially confirming, because in order to confirm that bullish pattern, setting up a bullish price target, we need to see a confirmed breakout with at least a daily candle close back above around $2.80. And in case you're wondering, the technical price target in that scenario, if we actually first confirm that breakout, the price target would be sitting at basically the all-time high at around $3.37. So just underneath $3.40 as the technical price target if we actually confirm a breakout above $2.80. But for all we know, we could potentially see another rejection from this resistance, which is why we need to wait for confirmation. So for now, continue to expect the price to struggle in this area. And as for support, we do have a small amount of support at close to $2.50 approximately. And below that, we have this important area of support in between around $2.25 to $2.30. And if we're zooming further into the short term, looking at this 2-hour XRP chart, over the last one day, we just recently confirmed a short-term bullish divergence, effectively now invalidating the previous short-term bearish divergence. So obviously that previous bearish divergence perfectly played out exactly as I've been saying over the last half a week, almost 1 week now. But obviously, as I mentioned in my last video here on the channel and over the last 1 to 2 videos here on the channel, I said don't necessarily rely on this bearish divergence for too much longer, at least here on the 2-hour time frame, because it's already played out very well for around half a week, and usually a bearish divergence on the 2-hour time frame plays out over just a few days or so. And also due to the fact that the RSI on this 2-hour XRP chart was approaching oversold territories, that was telling us that at some point in the next 1 or 2 days, we're likely going to see a little bit of a relief in the price of XRP. And of course, that's what I said in my last video yesterday, and that is what is now playing out as expected. And we're not only just seeing this relief due to the fact that we're close to oversold territories, we're also seeing a bit of a short-term bullish divergence. As we can see, lower lows confirmed in the price in the candle closes and higher lows confirmed in this RSI on the 2-hour XRP chart, which is obviously the opposite to this previous bearish divergence, invalidating the bearish divergence, and right now playing out the bullish divergence in the form of a bullish relief. So essentially, we're seeing the exact opposite as what I said around almost 1 week ago, over half a week ago. And so it's very likely we'll continue to see a little bit more of a bullish relief, or at the very least, just some choppy sideways price action, potentially with the price running into this resistance. We could start playing out a bit of choppy sideways price action soon, so keep that in mind as a likely scenario. And if we're taking a look at the price of Chainlink on the daily time frame, Chainlink is indeed holding above this important 50% retracement level, acting as support, which is sitting at around $17.60 to $17.70. And obviously, as of right now, we're just holding above that level in terms of the candle closes here, which is some good news, at least in the short term. But if we were to break below around $17.60 with candle closes below that level, in that case, we have the golden pocket area of support sitting in between around $14.90 to $15.50. And as for resistance to watch out for, if we see a little bit of a bounce here in the short term, expect a lot of resistance in between $19.50 to $20. And overall, the larger trend or the larger momentum or price structure on the daily time frame for the price of Chainlink is obviously bearish, but the short-term trend and momentum is currently neutral, while the price is holding in between that level of support and resistance that I just mentioned. And so overall, not a lot has changed over the last 1 day for the price of Chainlink. So once again, if you want to trade any of these moves in the price of any crypto, check out the links below this video to those exchanges if you want to claim those massive bonuses that are only available using those links. And if you want to actually know how to trade crypto, no matter if the price is bullish, bearish, or chopping around sideways, you can profit from all of that price action by watching these videos popping up right here on your screen. The video in the top left shows you how you can profit from bullish or bearish price action using long positions or short positions, and the video in the bottom left shows you how you can easily profit from choppy sideways price action. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for today. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.